Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. 15-year-old Nikia Sinclair of Babonneau, who was reported missing on the 27th of November, has been found. Police had mounted a search for the teen after her family reported that she left home with plastic bags in hand and had not been seen since. The police, that is, combed Babonneau communities, going house to house in search of the teen. She was found on Tuesday afternoon. The circumstances surrounding her disappearance are not clear, but in the past, the Department of Human Services and Gender Relations has indicated that runaway teens, in particular underage girls, are being harbored by adults, and it is a persistent problem. In other news, the minister with responsibility for gender relations is talking tough on the issue of revenge porn and underage porn. She says the seriousness of such cyber crimes cannot be understated, and it's time the punishment fits the crime. Solange Alfred reports.
An upsurge in the dissemination of sexually explicit images and videos of individuals without their permission has arisen in St. Lucia. Minister for Gender Relations, Dr. Gail Rigobert, believes that these actions all tie into the violent behaviors that are becoming predominant in today's society. The minister explained that the infringement of someone's trust and privacy should be regarded with the same weight of detriment as a physical act of violence.
The extent to which we violate people, we violate them in so many ways, and that we have to extend our understanding of wrongdoing beyond notions of physical or direct violence. To strip someone of their dignity in that regard is unforgivable. And we certainly need to do more with respect to cybercrime and what is fast becoming a culture of revenge porn.
She went on to make a special appeal to members of society to be more responsible in the creation of sexually charged material and think before they capture.
Both ladies and men to be smart, to be careful who you trust, and to be more guarded with respect to capturing images. In fact, I would suggest that you don't, because there's no telling. Your lover today could become your enemy tomorrow, and not all people are guided by the same principles, morals, and ethics.
According to the Gender Relations Minister, tougher legislation needs to govern cyber crimes to discourage the proliferation of revenge porn.
We need to ensure that our cyber laws have the bite so that we can clamp down on those incidents and bring the perpetrators to justice as well.
The aim of revenge porn is to intimidate and humiliate individuals, and Dr. Rigobert believes that if perpetrators were to think, "What if this was my family member?" before sending out explicit content, the amount of revenge porn would greatly minimize. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
The parliamentary representative for Dennery North, Sean Edwards, is all set to gather his constituents and go head-to-head with the island's sole water and sewage company, Wasco. The minister says his constituents have had enough of the company's poor service and will not pay up until they see improvements. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
The people of Dennery North, led by their parliamentary representative Sean Edwards, is getting set to take a stance against the water and sewage company Wasco over a long-running issue of poor water services. Edwards said for decades the community has been complaining about the quality and the supply of water in the constituency. However, it has all been in vain. The MP said the company has made attempts to dialogue with the community, but their attempts are too little too late.
So last night, Wasco did convene a meeting with residents where they attempted to basically give an overview of what phase 2 of the project entails. But that was dominated by questions from the audience as it relates to the exorbitant amounts that people have been asked to pay in the form of water bills. And people continued to lament the poor quality. I mean, in some cases, you actually get mud flowing through the taps, and at the end of the month, the water utility company expects people to go to their different offices, Castries, Report, where have you, to pay bills, and in cases where the bills are not paid, they're very quick to move in to disconnect.
Edwards said he was at the meeting as well, but has since then taken it upon himself, both as a parliamentary representative and in his personal capacity, to lead the charge since he too is affected by the matter.
I am going to do whatever is necessary come January 1st to ensure that the communities in the Dennery North constituency that are not benefiting from clean water, I will ensure that the people refrain from paying those bills. And until such time that the Water and Sewage Company and its parent ministry can deliver clean water to the people of Dennery North, we will not be paying those utility bills. I recall prior to the elections of 2016, there was already a commitment given on approval by the Caribbean Development Bank to fund Phase 2. As you know, Phase 1 was funded by the Mexican government in the form of a grant. Phase 2, we had to approach the CDB for a loan. We did that. Our request was upheld by the CDB. But when the administration changed and the new government came in, that was placed on hold. And during that time, the people of Dennery North continue to consume dirty water and water that you will not accept in any other part of the country.
The MP said the people have been patient enough and that it is now time for them to put their feet down to demand results. The issue, he said, is not political. Rather, it is a health and safety issue that affects everyone in the constituency regardless of political preference. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Promises will be kept. So says Minister for Transport Guy Joseph on the issue of rebates to minibus drivers for Christmas. Solange Alfred has more in this report.
Closed session meetings held between the Minister for Transport, Guy Joseph, and the National Council on Public Transportation to discuss the issuing of rebates has left many drivers expecting to have cash in hand already. However, with various dates being thrown around, the minister has sought to clarify the issue.
We did not promise by November 15th. We said they would get paid before Christmas. Christmas is not that far away. Everybody will see if they'll get paid before Christmas.
Minister Guy Joseph is tight-lipped about the discussions with the NCOPT, but he is adamant that whatever promises were made will be kept.
I cannot disclose to you what my discussions have been with the Minibus Association. We made a promise to the Minibus Association that they would get paid before Christmas, and we intend to keep that promise.
Bus drivers agreed to a rebate following discussions with the minister. The decision was made to avert any increases in bus fares for the public, given the current economic climate. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Thank you, Solange. This is the Hot 719 News. Stay with us. There's more news after the break.